So in this week's Parshas Shemini, we have the story of the Chanukas HaMishkan, the dedication, the inauguration of the Mishkan. And the Torah tells us there were certain sacrifices that Aaron and his sons had to bring. And the Torah tells us at the end of the sacrifices, Vayave Moshe v'Aaron el Oyel Mayed, that Moshe and Aaron enter into the sanctuary. Vayetzu v'Yivarchos Am, and they leave the sanctuary and they bless the people. It's a funny pasuk. They go into the sanctuary and they leave to bless the people. So there's a teaching from the Noam of Melech, Rabbi Melech of Lezhensk, whose yahrzeit happens to be today. So Rabbi Melech of Lezhensk has the following thing. He says that this pasuk is telling us the inner struggles that a tzaddik goes through. The Rabbi Melech said that a tzaddik, there's a certain part of the tzaddik that wants nothing more than just to sit and learn and to daven and to go into the Oyel Mayed, so to speak, and to grow as an individual person. And that's what makes him a tzaddik. It's his dedication to his personal growth that makes him into a tzaddik. Yet at the same time, said Rabbi Melech, there's another part of the tzaddik that wants vayetzu v'Yivarchos Am, that wants to leave and bless the people. On the one hand, the tzaddik wants to grow in his own personal connection to Hashem, his own personal learning and so on. Yet the tzaddik also not only feels a responsibility, but also feels a draw to go out and to help the people. Knowing that by going out to help the people, he's going to help them, but it's also going to sacrifice his own personal levels, his own personal menuchas nefesh and yishuv hadas, and so on. And that's the struggle that the tzaddik has. And said the Rebbe Melech, at the end of the day, the tzaddik ultimately makes a decision that, of course, the tzaddik has to grow personally, but at the end of the day, the decision is always made, I have to go and help the people. Okay. Now the Rebbe Melech then continues on with another phenomenal point. He says, when the tzaddik makes that decision to go out and help the people, he thinks that how does he help the people? By what he's then going to do. He's going to give them brachas, he's going to give them advice, interact with them, and so on. But said the Rebbe Melech, really, the most amazing influence that the tzaddik has on the people is the fact that the people see that he made that decision. Said the Rebbe Melech, the people see the tzaddik going out, closing his Gemara and closing his Svarim and going out and talking to them and taking time out of his day to sort of feel their pain and to understand where they're coming from. Said the Rebbe Melech, even if he doesn't say anything, even if he doesn't give good advice, even if it doesn't work out at the end, the very fact that the people see the self-sacrifice of the tzaddik and his willingness and his desire to help them, that already by itself uplifts the people. Now that's what the Rebbe Melech said regarding a tzaddik and the Jewish people. But the truth is, by extension, this is the same phenomenon that a father has towards his child, a husband and a wife, a good friend, and so on. Very often we have those choices in life. Do I, what I want to do personally, and then there's what my children need of me, and what my friends need of me, what my spouse needs of me. And we, Bez Hashem, make the right decision of being willing to have some self-sacrifice, some mesiras nefesh, to forego some of our own personal pleasures and menuchas nefesh in order to help my children, to help my friends, to help my spouse, and so on. And we tend to think that the accomplishment is in what we then do, the advice that we give, the game of catch that we play with our children, the interactions we have. But according to the Rebbe Melech, what we're learning is that there's something deeper. The very fact that our children see our willingness to spend time with them, the very fact that our friends see our willingness to try to help them out, that already uplifts them. That already does 75% of what needs to be accomplished. The cherry on top is the advice and the actual help that we can then offer. But the very fact that we're showing a willingness and an admiration and a love and a respect to those that need us, and our willingness to leave our own comfort zone to go out to help them, that already accomplishes most of what's needed. So Hashem should help. We should be zeicha to embrace that mesiras nefesh that's sometimes required to be a good father and husband and friend and sibling and so on, and realize that mesiras nefesh is itself what ultimately the receiver needs at the end of the day. So Hashem should help. We should come into Shabbos with menuchas nefesh and menuchas haguf, and both individually and collectively see the redemption of our people. B'yeskol tzedek meher v'meinu amen.
Thank you, Hashem. Thank